Hey, can y'all see my hairline? Good. Because it's real, unlike Tony's fucking fake hair. So we're going to talk about Tony, and Tony decides to chug honey. Then he says,
it's got a bunch of B vitamins in it.
Like B vitamins? Alright, I'll see myself out. Sorry.
You gotta go for everything that you want.
You only have one shot, B-Rabbit. Now don't go out eating mom's spaghetti. So Tony's meeting up with his date, and his date is at this dojo. And oh my God, I hope he gets his ass kicked. For the love of God, somebody please just kick Tony's ass.
Are you Marina?
Hey.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm Tony.
So he finally finds his date, and that's Marina. Please, Marina, kick his ass. Somebody, anybody, all of y'all, just at the same time. He won't be able to Bruce Lee, y'all.
She looked incredible.
So Tony is excited, but I don't like it when this guy is happy, so hopefully that quickly changes. Come on, accidentally break his neck, just a little more of a squeeze and you got it.
Tony's so fun, and he's kind and gentle.
He's not. Tony's tricking you. Don't listen to him. He's trying to show the best he has to offer.
Choke me, choke me, choke me.
Ew. Does he have a tiny little chub growing? He does! Look at it! So now Tony is being super weird because his date is calling her dog her baby. And he's like, that's a giant red flag, because if anybody calls their dog their baby, that means they don't know how to take care of babies, and they'll be taking care of their dog. Tony, people can do more than one thing. I have kids, and I consider my dog my baby. And my kids, well, one's a teenager now, so I don't consider her my baby. Plus, they're only babies for a little bit. How long do you think a baby lasts for? God damn it, Tony, you suck. I don't like Tony, can you tell? Do y'all like Tony? Is there anybody out there who actually likes Tony? Please, I really want to know. Comment down below and just say I'm a Tony D rider. Marina likes to sleep with her dog, and that's a big deal breaker for Tony. So big that he says,
I do not want a second date with Marina.
because you're a dog hater, which proves how much you suck. Anybody who hates pets are garbage people. You cannot convince me otherwise. Who hates dogs? Seriously. How can you hate a lovable, cuddable dog? Cuddable? Cuddable? Cuddleable? Cuddleable.
Hi, Luiza. How are you?
So now Tony meets up with Luiza and tells her how the date went. So Tony tells his matchmaker that he doesn't like Marina because she reminds him of his ex. And his ex has horrible mental health issues. And how does she have horrible mental health issues? Well, he says,
she was replacing a dog with a baby and said it was a baby, her baby.
like, my dogs are my babies and my kids are still being taken care of. God damn it, man. And just thinking your dog's your baby, that's not a mental health issue. Now, if you told me that she would roll her poop up and hide it under the bed just so she can count how many poops are under there every night, then I'd say, yeah, maybe it is a mental health thing. But just having your dog sleep in the bed and be like, this is my baby, I think the only one with mental health issues is you, Tony.
I have another date for you.
Oh, God, another victim for Tony. Please, no.
Just recently cut her hair.
And she knows that Tony hates ladies with short hair because it means they can't have kids or some shit.
And there's a reason why men like long hair.
Fuck that. I like short hair. Give me something tiny. In fact, give me that bull dyke haircut. The one where it's all shaved. Yeah, that Kristen Stewart look. Fuck yeah, I love that shit. So now Tony is telling her how offended he is because she says that he was difficult. He got so offended that he says that she was being derogatory about it. What? It's not like she's calling you a bald-headed freak show.
I had a boyfriend just like you.
Tony gets really upset at this, being like, how can you compare me to your ex-boyfriend? And she's like, you did the exact same thing with your past date.
My faith in Luiza is starting to sour.
But god damn it, he is kind of right. She is a little bit unprofessional, so I don't know, man. Why does Tony have to be right? I don't want him to be right, but yeah, if you're the matchmaker, you shouldn't be teaching people these stupid lessons. You should be listening to them and setting them up with matches. Luiza says this next girl, who's the short-haired girl, which is totally the opposite of what Tony wants, will be the last date that she puts him on. After that, she's firing him. Even though I don't know how she's firing him when he's the one that hired her, that means she just needs to drop him as a client. You can't fire your clients, right? That doesn't make sense.
Hello?
Hey, I'm downstairs.
Now we're on to our next single, one of my favorites, Big Boobed Veronica. So fake titty Veronica is here to meet up with Osmond Gold? What? When did you stop playing Final Fantasy XIV and start going on dates? And taking showers? Good job, Osmond. So their plan is to do something really stupid, and that's to get matching tattoos on their second date. I would never get a matching tattoo on my second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth date, but you know, I'm not these people. And the matching tattoo that they do decide to get is really fucking dumb, but we'll save that for later.
We're gonna do 2 ghosts, and 1 ghost has a boob job, and 1 ghost doesn't have a boob job.
Did I say we'll save it for later? Never mind, that's exactly what they're getting. They're getting a ghost with boobies. Why does the ghost have to have fake tits? Casper, what did you do to yourself? Why can't it just be real ghost tits? Does it really have to be specified as, yes, this ghost has fake titties?
I told him I thought my best aspect was my boobs since I paid for them.
What? Because you paid for them, that's your best aspect? So the things I pay for are my best aspect? So my best aspect is this fucking Greg mug? God damn it. Well, it is a pretty cool ass mug.
My dad got his first tattoos when he was in jail.
So now Veronica is trauma dumping on Osmond Gold.
That's traumatic.
I don't think it's working. He doesn't seem like he's digging this trauma dumping too much, but it's fine because they get their matching tattoos and then they're all happy. And that's what a ghost looks like before and after a boob job. So just in case you ever wanted to know, there you go. You're welcome. We even have a before and after. Okay, cool. Let's go on to our next single. Nikki Exotica. God damn it, I didn't like you on 90 Day Fiancé. So I take it things didn't work out with Justin Timberlake, so now she needs a new date. Oh man, okay, let's watch.
She has the financial stability for the life that she wants.
So her date shows up and he tries to look fancier than he actually is, so he rents this ride for the day for a low cost. You know, it gets the point across. He looks like he's rich, but you know how I know that he isn't rich? Because he says,
I'm a health coach.
he's not able to afford all this being a health coach. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Get the hell out of here.
I think he tried to show up in this vintage rolls to impress me, and it worked.
Now, I ain't saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke Asian dude. That doesn't sound right. So just to prove what a great date this guy is, he pulls out his phone and starts showing her photos of his ex. What? You're gonna show photos of your ex, dude? Why would you ever go on a first date and show the person photos of your ex? You know what? Whatever. He shows her photos of his ex and then photos of him without his shirt off. That's not the first thing I do on a first date. When I met my wife, I wasn't like, hey, look at these photos. There goes my exes. And look, there goes one with me without my shirt. But then again, I guess the difference is I don't have an 8-pack. If she saw me without my shirt, she'd go running. So obviously he's gonna talk about himself nonstop, and for some reason his exes also. Giant red flag! So now they're having a dinner date on, what the hell is this thing called? A gondola? Is that a sandwich?
I have had a lot of, girlfriends in the past, and
So now this guy talks about all his past girlfriends and how he's a cheater. And a hoe. And I'm not even joking.
Sure.
I had other Thailand girlfriends as well.
So dinner is over and Sarah is definitely not digging this guy in the least. He tells us how he would love to kiss the Nikki, but the Nikki wants nothing to do with him.
Driver, go the long way, please.
Right.
The longer the way, the more chances he has to completely ruin everything. God, you want to take the shortest way possible. The more you talk, the more red flags just get thrown in your direction, man. So he says he can sleep with 5 girls per day. Goddamn, that means breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a few times in between. Oh my god, dude. And then he says that he used to be a porn star or some shit. He says he was in porn because...
Yeah, that's how horny I used to be.
He then asks what her body count is, as in how many people she slept with, because that's appropriate to say on the first date. But she doesn't answer. She's like, I'm a lady. Just please, can we take the short way home?
How's your stamina?
Oh, wow.
I have a
not talking
good
about this.
lung capacity.
Where the hell is Dolly finding these matches? Dolly, you're the worst goddamn matchmaker on the show. Or are you doing this to teach her a lesson also, like Luiza tries to teach Tony lessons? These are life lessons that ruin one day of your vacation. I can't imagine vacation costs so goddamn much. So now we're with Amber, and Amber is continuing her date with Glenn.
Meeting someone's family on the first date is moving too fast.
I don't know if it's normal for their culture, probably not, but I would never bring home somebody on the first date. Be like, here's my mom, here's my dad. Well, unless if I'm broke, then it would make sense. Here's my mom, here's my dad. For the love of God, entertain her, because I cannot take her to the movies or do anything at all.
I love your name.
I love it. Thank you.
said it too,
Oh
Miss
my
Stanley.
goodness,
Yeah.
a looker.
She said, "Kuhukar."
She did it.
So she meets up with the family and she's being really bubbly. They ask her if she wants a glass of wine, but in my head, I just can't stop thinking about the movie Get Out. So for the love of God, do not accept any wine from her. Just get the hell out of there before you wake up and you'll be brainless. Well, you won't be brainless. You'll have one of these old people's brains inside of you. And that's even worse. You'll be like Michael Jackson. White on the inside, black on the out. No, you'll be a reverse Michael Jackson. Sorry. Black on the inside, white on the out. No, I fucked that up.
Glenn probably has never dated a black woman before.
She says this because her family says that she looks like Deanne Ross. Deanna Ross. She looks like Mrs. Ross. And then I look up a photo of Deanne Ross and holy shit! Why would you get offended? Y'all do look the same. Or am I just being offensive? Let me know down below. Deanna Ross. It's not Deanne. A whole bunch of Deanna Ross fans, wherever they are, under rocks, are all crawling out, being like, how dare you, Dee? So for some reason, they start dancing, and it's so nice to see everybody getting along that well. It makes you feel good that this is actually going in the right direction.
You know, if you became our daughter-in-law, then we would make the visit to Texas.
They don't really like her. They're just in it for Texas. And I don't blame them. Good vacationing spot. So they kiss and agree to meet again, and I just can't stop looking at this guy's white ass teeth. Do you bleach those things? Are those real? Are those veneers? I really need to know. What do y'all think? Anyway, that's all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed, because I surely enjoyed. Usually I like to talk about what I learned at the end of every episode, but I don't want to do that this episode because I feel like I didn't learn shit. But if you stay after this episode's over, I'm going to air our first podcast ever, which is awesome. I had a great time with Toasty and Supreme. And if you ever want to join us next time for our podcast or for our live watches of these shows, just get on our Discord, which will be in the description. Alright guys, this is Dee-man Johnson III, and don't forget that I'm proud of you. You're doing a great job no matter what, so always keep it up. Please stay tuned and check out our first podcast ever. We had a great goddamn time, and I hope you enjoy. Peace! What episode is this? Oh my god, is this the 5th episode, 6th episode? We've watched way too many episodes of this, but we just watched the latest episode of Match Me Abroad. And holy shit, there's a lot that happened. So I guess what we should start off with is Toasty watched this with me, and then we got Supreme here also. Let's start with Toasty. Who's your favorite single this episode?
This episode, I think it's still Victoria. Like, especially as like she's been through so much and is so.
What's your favorite part that happened with Victoria this time?
The tattoo, that was wild. I don't have the guts to do something like that.
Oh, yeah, especially a matching tattoo with a guy that you just met. Supreme, would you ever do that?
Actually, no. That is just too much for me.
But this episode did make me want to get a new tattoo. It made me want to join, have another little... Not one with boobies, though. But
No.
just another one, General. Oh, my... So, Supreme, who's your favorite single this episode?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of torn between Sarah and Amber because I just like watching their stories and them kind of flit around and, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I find them really entertaining.
Okay, so what was your favorite part with us? I guess I'll ask you for both people. What's your favorite part with Sarah this episode?
Well, she thinks she wants to live this luxurious life, and over there, luxurious life looks different to her, so it's kind of a slap in the face.
All right, what about Amber?
I just really actually like the vibes she brings. She's always happy and positive and looking forward to everything. So I don't know. I think that's a really, really good twist on things. Kind of like Howard or Harold. Yeah, he's always, upbeat.
Yeah, this is what I think about Amber. I think she's really happy. She's really bubbly, and she actually makes me feel happy and bubbly watching her. But I bet you, if you piss her off, I have this feeling that she will explode.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure she'd come after you.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, you'd want to run.
So can we please talk about Tony? What the fuck? I mean, granted, he was right at the end talking about how she was being unprofessional, but I don't give a shit about that. I just don't like Tony. And is it just me, or does he continue to be unlikable?
It gets worse and worse. He said that calling him difficult is derogatory. Well, he's a derogatory human being that looks like he smells like a stinky sack. So I'm not really sure why anybody cares what he thinks.
Right? He says it's derogatory, and then he's like super sexist about the long hair thing.
Exactly.
He makes me laugh. I can't believe he's a real person. So many ups and downs with him in this episode. There was a point where I was like, oh, he's being sweet. Who is this Tony? And then he came out with saying that he thinks that anyone who treats a dog like a baby should be concerned about their mental health. I lost my shit. That was too funny.
He thinks everything's a red flag, but everything about him is a red flag. So I'm not sure that we should, even listen to his opinions.
Right? But I have to say, he is kind of right about the matchmaker. She is doing this weird handed thing with everybody of, I'm going to teach you a life lesson. You've paid for my services, but I'm going to teach you a life lesson instead. And it makes zero sense until she was like, well, yeah, you remind me of my ex. And I was like, revenge.
Yes.
He's on it.
Yeah, the only person who's getting anything good is Monica from that matchmaker. She's getting all the right matches. Meanwhile, Tony's messing it up for himself. He's finding a red flag anywhere he can find a red flag.
True, but I'm appreciating the entertainment from him because it is just like, what's next? What madness did this man come out with?
I do find it weird that he said men only like women with long hair because it proves that they can take care of their children. Where do you get point A to point... Where does that even come from? How do you even match that up?
I feel like he heard the story of Lady Godiva and her hair and he just ran with that. Because when he was like, women have had long hair. Not always. Not always been the case. And long hair used to be seen as actually quite bad. Like, you couldn't have your... Hence what Lady Godiva did. So it's like, no, dude, you're confused. Just you have to wash, and if they're clean and hygienic, they keep a clean surrounding. That's what matters.
And one of y'all mentioned about the whole dog thing. I find that silly. Any man who doesn't like pets is 100% a red flag to me. What about y'all? Supreme, what about you?
Oh, absolutely. I can tell if somebody has a soul or not. If they're nice to animals and they like them, then they're probably a good person. But if they don't know how to be around them, yeah, I probably don't want to be around them either.
Oh, my God. I knew a guy who was religious. like super duper religious. It's fine to be religious, but this guy was like, yeah, animals have no souls. They're basically machines. I'm like, the fudge are you talking about? Have you ever been with a dog at all your entire life? They're not like machines. They have personalities. All right, Toasty, what do you think about him talking about the dogs?
Cracked me up. Like, it's a sign of mental health. My partner comes in and looks at our cats and goes, "Hey, babies," and I love that.
Right.
We bonded the love of animals. Like, his family worked for Cats Protection here in the UK, and I was just like, "Yep, green flag for sure." And we've gotten more cats since. So, you know, but I was finding him hilarious. I've never heard that perspective, like, ever. So it was just strange, man. And like, what was wrong with his ex? Was she legit crazy? Did she just love her dog more than him?
If they've ever deeply peered into the eyes of a pet or a really cute animal, and they're not taken away by him, they've got issues.
Yeah, absolutely. Dead inside.
I don't think Tony's ever peered into the eyes of anything before.
Not even himself in the mirror.
No, he just fucking chugs honey in front of the mirror. So let's go on to Veronica, another favorite, at least of mine. I like Veronica and I like Harold. I think those two are basically the best. And Amber. Amber's fine. All right, well, let me say one thing about Tony. I feel like if anybody is actually fake on the show and manufactured just for the show, it would be Tony. Tony's the kind of guy who will make you rage at your TV. And it feels set up almost like he's doing this just to make people hate watch him. But I don't know. I also get the vibe that that's the true Tony, too.
I get the vibe through him. Like, I don't think it's exaggerated. I think he's actually trying to keep things toned down.
Right. Well, and he thinks he has a good image, and that's the part that tells me that he believes in whatever he's spewing, you know, all this venom and stuff. Like, that's just who he is as a human.
So is that toxic Mel, whatever it's called?
To an extent, but it's also just delusion. Like, when he was like, "I've looked into scientific studies on these things." You're on this far, mate. What's happened? Who hurt you?
The guy, at least the guy who lives in the stairwell of my apartment says he's a scientist. All right, let's talk about Veronica. We can't stay on Tony for too long, even though we would want to bash him apart. So Veronica met with her new date. I forgot his name, but it doesn't really matter. And they go and get a matching tattoo. God, I would never get a matching tattoo with somebody, especially maybe with my wife, but that's about it. But God, on a second date, I just can't imagine. And then being a dude with like a ghost with fake titties on you, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
It's pretty tacky, if you ask me. And like I said, I do have tattoos, so like I'm not against them. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't. And I've even been married for 20 years, and I wouldn't have my my husband's name put on me. So like I can't imagine.
Branded, but I did quite like their vibe together because they had the same energy as they were getting it done, and that it's not for me, but it's obviously for them. I think for somebody that hadn't had experiences like her, he was able to sort of drive that hard conversation quite well, and he dealt with it very well, I think.
Oh, when she was trauma dumping on him?
I think it was more fear. Like, you could see in her, she was trying to hold it back a bit. I think whatever said, she's not fully said the whole thing. Like, she's still holding stuff back because she was fearful, and like her experience is that people run away.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, if someone asks you about your family, what are you meant to do if you don't have any left but tell them? So yeah, but I think he dealt with it very, very well, and having some dysfunction himself, there was relatability there.
Yeah, and then Veronica just has that wide smile that can just fucking radiate the room. Oh my God. I love how wide her smile and how big it can get.
It's awesome. I was thinking to myself, if he's the right guy for her, he will see that her positivity, in spite of what she's been through, is such a brilliant thing. And he said it. I paraphrased him there, but he said something along those lines. I was like, yes!
Their segment wasn't that long, but it was sweet from what we saw. So now we're going to move on to... God dang it. I don't like this next one. It's god dang Nikki Exotica. I don't like her at all, but I guess we'll talk about it. What is the biggest part that happened to Sarah in this episode for you, Supreme?
Oh, I don't know. I think she kind of met her match with that last date that she had. You know, not like a good match, but like it was kind of showing her what she's up against there.
Well, I mean, they gave her exactly what she wanted.
So the biggest thing about her, I don't know why I didn't notice this before, but her boobs really protrude forward. I've never seen fake boobs like that. They're really, really forward.
Oh my god, I feel like I gotta rewatch it just to stare at her chest.
It's odd looking. It's kind of like Jasmine's butt if they pumped it up a bit more and then stuck it on her chest.
Oh no.
I think that's why he called her a Barbie.
Oh my god, that guy was how not to date.
Exactly. Talking about exes and ugh.
But was he talking about his ex because he's not over his ex? Or was he talking about his ex because he was like, these are really good pictures of me and I'm going to show you.
Here's a photo of my ex. If your first date with somebody was like, here's a photo of my ex, run.
Right?
The last date too, the first and the last.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god. And he says he's a health coach. How much do health coaches get paid in Singapore?
That car was
good
gorgeous.
question.
I'm a dude, but I was not even looking at Sarah's like chest area, which is shocking. Now I feel like I need to go back and rewatch the whole thing, but you know.
Your eyes probably just went, oh, they're too fake. Screw it, just stare at the face. What's going on there? It's weird.
Her face and hair have enough to look at, so I'm not surprised you hadn't, looked further down yet.
Yeah,
there's a lot to see.
I mean,
she kind of moved to the side slightly, and it was like, damn, why are they that shape?
All right, while I'm editing, I'll make sure to look. God, it's like her face is so fake that she has to make her chest just the same.
Yeah,
Bingo.
and the nose as well is to such a point. It's like if Nikki Exotica had a love child with Shekinah and then a bit of Darcy.
Or even Amani's new nose, how she's got a really pointy
Mm-hmm.
I just really want to know why this guy thought it would be a good idea to mention that. He even literally says, like, I'm horny, that's how horny I am. Like, dude, this is your first date with somebody. Are you, like, that well off or that rich that you just, like, forgot how to be with normal people?
Yeah.
It seems like he's kind of triangulating against anything to, like, try to see how she competes with everything, for his attention. That's just kind of what it screams to me.
No, I got that as well. When he was like, here's 99 and you get 100 if you work extra hard. I let out a little prick.
I would want negative 99 and for him to never, ever be around me again.
God, that's so gross. You know what my move used to be? I'd get somebody 11 flower or 11 roses, and it'd be like, well, where's the 12th? And I'd be like, you're the 12th. And I thought that was cute.
That's really cute.
But this
That's
guy's
awesome.
like, I'll give you 99, but you gotta earn the last one.
It's repulsive.
It really is. Like, eccentric.
It kind of reminds me of that Kyle Gordy guy that would make them work to get a kiss from him and stuff, and nobody would want a kiss from him, so I'm not sure why they would try to work towards that.
If Kyle Gordy had money and was from Singapore.
For those that don't know, Kyle Gordy is from the 90 Day Fiancé franchise, and he has, I think, a kid in every country, continent.
Yes.
In every square mile, he has a kid.
Yes, he has like 80 or 90 kids by now. Mm-hmm.
How many STDs does he have? Jesus.
Ew.
He is the STD.
Any last things y'all want to say about Sarah? Supreme, you go ahead and go first.
Well, I actually have a lot of positive vibes for her, and I kind of hope that she finds a nice guy, but I'm just not very, I'm just not certain that she will, there anyways.
Yeah, so I also hope she finds someone nice and that actually suits her, but I hope they sack this matchmaker, so-called matchmaker out there, because, again, she's another one that's going, I'm going to give you a life lesson. You don't. These people are paying you to be there. Do your job.
Like, can you imagine, like, every day you're spending so much money? Like, vacations are not cheap.
Yeah, and TLC does not pay for everything.
No, they don't.
So, yeah, and these aren't average people. These aren't millionaires. Well, except from the blonde Barbie. I'm sure she's got money with her Manolos. But,
Right.
yeah, I have to admit, I was a bit jealous when she said Manolos. I was like, oh, you lucky girl. Good on you. But, yeah, they should just be helping them and actually... Now, I get the producers probably hand in hand going, mess them about, but these people are broke, except the ones in Ireland. I think that's bearable.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to afford that. I'd be like, God damn, that's one day down. I'm only here for a week, man. I can't go on too many matches.
Right?
But, I mean, it shows you how well the matchmakers do, because fucking Harold's back. They couldn't even get Harold today.
I know, he's so lovely. He's such a gentleman. I do hope he finds the right lady for him.
Yeah, same here, and sadly Harold was not on this episode. This is a Haroldless episode, but it's fine, I guess, because we got Amber, who we're about to talk about, who we're watching her continued date with Glenn. And it's funny, because I know we just saw yesterday, or we saw last week's episode yesterday, all of us in this chat, but God, I do not remember Glenn. I do not remember Amber's segment for some reason at all.
Oh, I remember Glenn. I remember his eyebrows and that cream suit.
Oh, yeah, the cream suit. I remember that.
But he seems lovelier than his outer appearance screams dickhead. but
yeah, he looks like a Ken doll, kind of, yeah.
Right? Like, in those kind of guys, it's normally they're always out on the pole, they're always trying to find the next bird, but he's really just lovely. Mm-hmm. And his parents were awesome. Like, they are so much fun. And she was the perfect girl to bring home.
Yes, her parents love. I thought that was so sweet, the way that they were. But I think they're just in it for the trip to Texas. The way they talked about Texas on the first date, I was like, are y'all sure? Do y'all really like her? Or do y'all just want to see Texas?
That made me laugh so much. Like, yeah, you take our son and we get a new holiday destination.
People that have never been to Texas are obsessed with the idea of visiting Texas. I'm not exactly sure why. It's not a bad place, but they all want to go there and visit and experience it. So I kind of understand that.
Yeah, it's true. I think it's the cowboy thing. Like, we were, oh, cowboys are from there.
I'm from Texas, but I ain't no cowboy. But I'll tell you what, there's a few places in Houston you do not want to go.
The same goes for London, to be honest.
So let's discuss about our favorite parts with Amber this episode.
I think favorite moment with Amber is her clogging for the family and the dad getting involved.
Yeah. If you bring home somebody and your parents are dancing with them, you know that you probably picked the right person.
Right? And he was so happy about it. His grin was huge.
Well, I think that their first little date went perfect, and I'm kind of just looking forward to see what happens if they have another date and how far that goes. It was just a lovely thing to see that she was actually having a good time and everybody was welcoming to her.
She fits in really well with Irish culture.
Yeah,
because it's very loud, it's very bubbly, it's warm. Everyone wants to party. Like, she fits in really, really well with it.
Yeah. She's loud. She's always. I really like her personally. I did notice when she first went to the family and they offered her wine. I'm like, oh man, I watched way too many horror movies, and this is reminding me of Get Out. Do not drink the wine.
The only thing I will say on that, though, with the parents, when they said her hair's like Diana Ross, it is. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's volumized. Diana Ross, did that hair perfectly. I used to get the Rachel haircut. When people said, you look like Rachel from Friends, I was like, yes!
That's funny.
I look nothing like her, but the hair was on.
Yeah, she does have lovely hair. Yeah, it's just beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. Whenever they said she looked like Diana Ross, at first I'm like, those racist bastards. And then the first thing I did was I Googled Diana Ross. I'm like, well, shit. They're right. At least the picture I found, like the hairstyle looked exactly like it.
I think that's part of the culture difference, though. I think in America you guys have more of a tighter sort of parameter of where you can talk about race, whereas it's not so much a thin line here. It's really direct lines of like, don't do this, don't do that. But making a beautiful comparison is not racist. But yeah, I think that's just the culture difference of her going in front of different people and being like, oh no, they mean nothing by this. This isn't like, because with you guys, you've got a lot of white supremacists.
Oh yeah, yep.
We don't so much have that. We've got NFs, National Front, and like the BNP, the British National Party, that are a bit closer to that sort of thing, but it's nothing like that. So I think for her to understand that context too, if they mean nothing bad by it, they're just giving you a really lovely compliment.
I was about to say, it didn't seem like it really held her back too much. Like, that was before all the dancing and laughing. Seemed like she got over it pretty well.
Yeah, I think that the action of them getting up and dancing and still being warm with her was what showed her of like, oh, they literally meant nothing by that.
Yeah, and then she left, and then they start using the N-word. The family did not strike me as racist at all. There was no... The Deanna Ross comment was just a quick one-off thing. I wouldn't hold it against them. Me, personally. Now, I'm not black, so I'm not allowed to, I don't think, to comment on this.
I just wish her the best. And I'd love to know her hair routine, because my curly hair is drab compared to hers.
Yeah, I need to know her hair routine also, because whenever, I don't know if you noticed this, but I usually keep my hair really short, because whenever it gets any longer, it becomes a Jew fro. Hate it. And I could be rocking the amber this whole time. All right. Supreme, any last things you want to say about Amber today?
I'm just looking forward to seeing the next date with him, and I really hope they hit it off. I think that's amazing, and I would like to know her hair routine as well, being a curly-headed person, so yeah.
All right, Amber, if you're out there and you just so happen to be listening, forget about all the things I said about the N-word and tell us about your hair routine, for the love of God.
Yes, please.
We appreciate it very much.
And if it's racist to say your hair looks like Deanne Ross, then we won't say it. We'll just think it. I think that's all. I think we should talk about our hopes for the future of the show, maybe. Is there anything that you'd like to see in the future episodes that will happen to one of these people, Supreme?
Well, I just want a Harold-heavy episode, the next one, that's all. I just would really like to see what he's, been up to.
It would be nice to see where this leads to with his date without it stretching, like, episode after episode after episode.
Also, I hope to see more Harold, because he's the favourite. And I'd like to see the matchmakers actually do their jobs and match these people up with the right people for them. And stop with the life lessons. Like, they're grown-ups. You don't need to do it. Only needs a few life lessons, but he does look at studies. So, willing to learn to an extent if it's in a scientific journal.
I feel like Tony's the type of guy who just Googles a question and he scrolls until he finds the answer that he wants.
Right, like he lives on Google Scholar.
Right, like, okay, all these first few pages are totally disagreeing with what I think. Oh, finally on page 30. Oh, what's a perfect woman? I don't know. What vitamin should I take? Finally on page 40 I found it. Alright, well, I would like to thank you, Toasty and Supreme, for joining me today. I had fun watching the episode. I had fun discussing it. This has been a post-party, and we'll catch you later on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Supreme. Thanks, Dee-man. Take care.